Hello, America, and everywhere else in the world. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Corey Has a Podcast. I'm your host, Corey Easley, and it is officially the end of the fucking year. I'm recording this. Jesus, I'm recording this. I'm getting over a cold. I actually figured out how to heal myself from a cold. So this is what you do if you get a cold, right? Not COVID, not any of that other shit. Just a cold. Just it's cold outside, so I'm bundled up. But then I get on the train or I go into a store and it's really warm, and then I'm trying to loosen up, and then I'm hot, and then I go outside still hot, thinking everything's all sweet, and my neck and shit is all exposed, and the air is so fucking bitter and cold, but I'm so hot still that my body just can't figure out what to do. You go in some places, I work in gyms, right? So the gym is always cool and chilly. So you're in there and you got a hoodie on or a light jacket or a zip up or whatever, and you're trying to stay warm because you're not working out if you're coaching people, right? And then you go to the gym and work out in a tank top, start sweating profusely in a cold gym. Everybody's got germs. Guys in gym bathrooms don't ever wash their hands. I keep seeing it all the time. Please don't trust any man's hand at the gym that you meet. Don't trust it. Don't trust it. Now, let me tell you how I caught a cold and I healed myself. So I got home. I rubbed Vicks all over my chest. Vicks Vapor Rub all over your chest. It was a little warm. The heater is going. The heater situation is fixed. When it first started turning on in this fucking old building, it was making this sounded like a fucking little tin marching band was going off in my room every single night, but I could hear it all the way from the other side of the apartment. Like, just not good. And I don't have the biggest apartment, but it's not small. Like, it sounded so loud, so it was impossible to sleep. It was like someone just didn't want me to sleep. And I was dealing with that. Now that shit went away, and it kind of just almost sounds like, which is nice. It's almost like a little white noise machine, and it's kind of soothing. So I've been going to sleep to that. But last night I put the Vicks all over my chest. My nose is running like crazy. I took some Dayquil. I drank a bunch of tea. I drank a lot of water in general, staying hydrated. And, I passed out into dreams. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Sing along with me. Players only love you when they're playing. Boom, 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 boom. Women, they will come and they will go. Dum, 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 dum. When the rain washes you clean, you'll know. So yeah, it was, I put the Vicks on my chest. I put a hoodie on. And I passed the fuck out into dreams. And I woke up well rested. You know those nights where you just don't even remember falling asleep? You don't know how you did it. You don't know what the last thing you thought about, whatever. And you open your eyes in the morning and you're like, holy shit, I feel like a new person. Feel like a brand new person. I'm going to go to a karaoke bar and ruin everybody's night by singing a bunch of songs in a falsetto. Because it's all I can do, because I can't actually sing, right? It's something I always wished I could do, but let's be honest here, right? So the key is what you want to do is you want to use the Vicks, you want to open up, you need the menthol, but you also need spice. So I ordered a grilled steak burrito from my favorite burrito spot in New York City, up in East Harlem. It's called Burritos y Mas. Don't forget it. If you live in the Upper East Side or in Harlem at all, they probably will deliver to you. They show up fast. Burritos y Mas. And I get the grilled steak, double steak, jalapenos in it. And I added the spice. It was spicy. I had the hot peppers. And I threw the spice in there. Yo, my nose got cleared up. I was sweating. I had my hood on while I was eating. Yo, and I woke up and I felt good. For the most part. Like, I wasn't like, my cold didn't linger as much as it needed. So I still got a little bit of a slight little cough, whatever, It's like, this afternoon it went from being, I'm not a weatherman or anything like that. I know you didn't come here for the weather, but Yo, it went from being weirdly mild to just being bitter cold. Like, it was crazy. So you got to be prepared, you know. The best way to combat being sick all the time is to just take care of yourself as best as you can at all times. It's called wellness, ladies and gentlemen. And I was actually just listening to a podcast called Maintenance Phase, where they were talking about workplace, like, wellness initiative, like some shit like that. And one of the things they were talking about was this 60 minutes from 1979 where they were talking about wellness, and they were like, you know, health isn't the absence of disease, it's just like general health. Like, and it's funny when they said that, it kind of put that into perspective for me. But hearing these people talk about wellness from back then is so funny because, you know, people exercised to not be fat, or unless you were a specific athlete, people like exercised. Guys lifted weights to be bodybuilders and look like Schwarzenegger and shit. And like, you know, people just needed to be. Exercising was very sport specific for so long. If you were a regular person, you just were trying not to be fat because you wanted to look good or whatever. But it's a health thing too, right? So, in order for me to get myself healthy, the thing is, I like to walk around being like, I don't get sick, but I get sick on occasion. And I don't get sick, but I'll catch a fucking cold, and it'll just be a kind of a pain in the ass because I'll still power through. You know, I'll just power through because I'm an adult. And sometimes I'm like, damn. That's why I think I'm typically generally in a good mood, because especially when I'm healthy, because I just feel like I don't want to take my health for granted. Like, I love not being sick. I know that sounds dumb and basic, but like, you know, when you get sick, you're just so fucking miserable. You get a cold, you're miserable. You're injured, you're miserable about it. You know, when everything is good, I'm in a good fucking mood. I'm in a good mood usually, but I'm really happy when nothing's wrong with my body, you know? And I wish that feeling on everyone. So, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's almost gone. But like I'm saying, you can heal yourself with spice, Vicks, hoodie, preferably old college hoodie, raggedy, rundown type shit that you really wouldn't wear outside unless you were maybe like going to check the mail or some shit. You know, drink some tea, drink a lot of fluids, stay hydrated, stay healthy, baby. We're going into a new year. I'm entertaining a few ideas. One of the ideas is leaving this fucking podcast in the past, leaving this shit in 2022, right? I'm just kind of over here thinking, I do this for me. It's fun. It's nice. Sometimes I don't feel like doing it. No one's asking for it, right? So I could just kind of stop at any given time, you know? And I wouldn't even really feel bad about it. You know, there was a point in my life where, and I'm just like being completely honest here. There was a point in my life where I would be like, damn, I stopped doing all my entertainment type shit. Like, I don't get on stage. I don't do comedy. I don't like, you know, whatever, but I don't need to. Like, I'm not trying to be a fucking actor. I'm not trying to be a comedian. I'm not trying to be a podcast host. That, like, you know what I mean? I just like coming on here and kind of having a diary that I get to kind of like publicly write in. But yeah, I'm entertaining the idea of that. I'm trying to leave certain things behind me, you know? And historically, it served me well to just leave things behind me that are not like necessarily bringing me joy anymore. And I enjoy listening to podcasts. Doesn't necessarily mean I have to do one, right? Like, I enjoy watching comedy. I stopped doing it a long time ago. Like, I'm not a fucking comedian, right? I hate when people talk about these things they used to do as if it was like so recent, right? Like, I haven't done comedy in over fucking 2 years probably. Apart from like a couple of sketch shows here and there in the last year, but I haven't like actively been out there trying to do, and which leads me to think, you know what? I'm not a comedian, right? and walking around telling people I used to do this. Like, I just hate being that guy. It's like, yeah, I used to play football. Yeah, fucking 15 years ago, you know? But yeah, I don't know. It's just it's an idea of entertaining. I just learned something today. I just learned that Topher Grace, his real name is Christopher. Crazy to me. I never would have thought that. I didn't think Topher was a real name, but I also never heard someone say, like, if you choose Topher over Chris, you got to be an interesting person. And truth be told, he made that 70s show. Like, I don't really care. Like, Red Foreman is a great character. His parents are great, Kitty and Red. Like, you know, the neighbor, the Pinciottis are cool, whatever. But the show is about Eric Foreman. The show is about Topher Grace, right? Topher Grace is always going to be Eric Foreman to me. You know, when he was in the Spider-Man movie, it was like, what the fuck? Why? Shouldn't you be hanging out down the street? The same old thing we did last week. We're all right. You know, but I don't know. You can do what you do, I guess. So, yeah. As of right now, I have not decided to abandon this podcast. However, I might. And if I do, you can find me on social media or whatever. But yeah, there's other things that have taken my focus. And I think a lot of times in life, we kind of get to a place where we feel like we do something, so like we owe it to people to keep doing it. And it's like the only person that you owe anything is yourself. You owe it to yourself to do things that make you happy and to stop doing anything that you don't want to do. Right? So we'll see what happens. But yeah, apart from that, everything's cool. Everything's great. I'm just excited. I got some new goals. What are some goals I got? These are legitimate goals. These are the things I'm focused on, right? So I want to become a better athlete. You know, I was talking to a buddy of mine earlier. I was like, yo, it's crazy to like have been in the last couple of years unlocking certain potential that I never knew I had. And I almost wish that I spent my early 20s being an athlete, or at least trying to be one, and not fucking hanging out and drinking and smoking at bars. Like, if I would have done that, who knows where I would have been. But also, my journey is my story. I enjoy. I wouldn't be the person I am if I didn't take the route I took, right? So you got to be grateful. It's more curiosity. Like, I'm curious to know what level I would be at had I focused the way I'm focused now, you know. It's always interesting, right? Like, you can't turn back time, and you know what's done is done, but you can always like really kind of start navigating things to make your future be more so the way you want it to be. So that's kind of mostly what I'm focused on. There's certain skills I want to do that I want to become good at, right? Like, I want to get a muscle up. I want to do muscle ups like that make them look clean and nice. I want to fucking squat 400 pounds plus. I want to deadlift fucking closer to 600 pounds now. Fuck it. I pulled 500 off the ground this year, and that was a big lifetime goal of mine. So let's see how far we can take this, right? I want to be able to run really fucking fast, at least for a second. Or for a long time, whatever it is. I got long legs. Let's do it, baby. Cat comes in here meowing. You probably heard that. I don't know how she's feeling about me leaving this podcast in the past, but yeah, there's a lot of goals that I got that I want to, you know, I want to make advancements in my career. I want to make more money, better ingredients, better, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to fucking, I want to work hard, and I want to feel dignified and respected in my community. That's what I want. These are just very simple things, but I want these things. I fucking want to get better sleep, want to eat better. I don't eat bad, actually. So I'm going to continue to eat well, Want to focus on sleeping. Want to focus on staying hydrated at all times. Want to focus on staying positive and keeping a good attitude. Because anxiety and stress and all that shit, it's exhausting, right? I don't want none of that shit in my life. Want to weed out any kind, like, anybody's negative and anybody's whatever. Like, you can live your life how you want it, but keep that shit over there, bro. Because I don't got time for that. All right? That's it. You know, think about what you want. Think about goals. Think about shit you always wanted to achieve. Think about the reasons why those things haven't happened. You've been saying it for a long time. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. Well, why haven't you done it yet? Is it because of you? Is it because somebody's putting their hand on your chest and being like, nope? Can you push that person out of your way and do it anyway? I don't know. Something to think about, right? Maybe that person is you. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Yeah. That's about it. Listen, I'm going to get the fuck out of here, but happy holidays. Have a happy, healthy, safe new year with your fucking loved ones, and stay true to yourself until we meet again. Later.